Hi, and welcome to this ZP vlog and podcast. We like to do this vlog and podcast every week, and it's really just a wrap up from the news from this week. This week's actually been quite intense. We've done a couple of webinars, which I'll discuss shortly. We also did a talk at Imperial in Richmond Park and in Imperial, and today or this weekend we've been giving a workshop in Sevilla in Spain as part of a biosensors conference here in Spain, which is actually a 3-hour workshop, so it's been pretty intense. With that said, let me sort of jump into our news. So, we do regular sort of testing these days with our food sense generation 4. I'm sure you know about it. I'm sure you've heard it enough times. But food sense generation 4 is it's the pinnacle so far of our technology, that we can take quite complex samples like a peri-peri sauce and actually test it and get the Scoville heat unit from that source. And so we did do some testing this week, and we put the video and etc. up onto the internet or onto YouTube, and you can follow that along and just really get a good sense of the technology stack, let's say, at Zimmer and Peacock. So we're definitely happy to have the food sense generation 4 and have it in our, let's say, arsenal. Now, we do like to do a webinar. So I want to just say that when I say a webinar, we'd like to do a technical webinar once a week. So we do have one on the 19th of May. I've got a super suspicion it's going to be a super packed one on the 19th of May because we do have a nice backlog of inquiries. As I say, this week I'm at a conference in Sevilla on biosensors. We did this 3-hour workshop today. I'm pretty sure that's going to throw up a lot of technical questions, which I'll be answering on the 19th of May. So I've put it on the 19th of May, which is about a week out from now, because it gives us enough time basically to get prepared. If you've ever come to one of our weekly webinars as part of our sort of developer zone, you'll know that we do put a lot of effort into them. So we sometimes need to give ourselves enough space to actually get the effort in. We did do 2 live streaming webinars this week as well on Sensi-All. So Sensi-All is our kind of flagship product along with Food Sense Generation 4, and it's just our way of very quickly being able to articulate that if somebody wants to really get to market and they've got a kind of point of care or point of need type technology, then ZP is in a really good, let's say, place to be able to do that. And we particularly focused this week on wearables in that webinar. So we did do a webinar. We did focus on Sensi-All, and we did focus on wearables. And I think it's fair to say that as part of that webinar, we do try to put a lot of really good content in there, and we did cover almost the history of wearable biosensors from Zimmer and Peacock. So we talked about our history, but we also talked about what has previously been done by other companies, starting off with the Gluco watches, which is quite famous, and sort of going all the way to microneedles from people like PK Vitality. So we definitely did 2 webinars this week, and they were pretty detailed. Really in line with that whole theme of food sense and Sensi-All and point of care, point of need testing. We did do a lecture, if we can call it that, or at least a presentation at Imperial this week, where we talked about food safety and water safety testing, and I think it was well attended. I think people enjoyed it, and we also these days now we're tending to do live demonstrations of Sensi-All as part of those webinars as well, because the Sensi-All platform is such a robust piece of technology that we are able to do that. So as I say, I didn't have any blog or vlog post up about the workshop that we had this week, or rather today. It was 3 hours. It was pretty intense. I did feel sorry for the people who came, but we did pack it full of content. I did warn them we had like 180 slides, so there's a lot of content there. I did jump over a few slides, obviously, because 180 slides is far too much for a 3-hour workshop. But that said, we will be making some good content videos this week. I probably have to put out about 6 of them to cover the new content that we do have. So I hope you do subscribe to the YouTube channel to see that as it appears. So as always, if you've got any questions of ZP, don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you've got any technical questions of ZP, don't forget we do our weekly webinar. There will be one on the 19th of May. But in the meantime, I hope you have a good week. And if I see you in Spain this week, delighted to say hello. All right. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.